While the war against insurgency in Nigeria is gaining momentum, more setbacks are being recorded to remind us that it is far from over. The Defense Headquarters has confirmed a surprise attack by some Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists on troops deployed to stabilization operation and defense site in Gubio local government area of Borno State. In a statement, the Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, said the coordinated attack led to the killing of 5 soldiers in action. He said 10 soldiers were wounded and 4 missing, while troops eliminated several terrorists and recovered weapons in the attack. Another attack was reported in Farinkasa community of Chikun local government area of Kaduna State, where a monitoring team of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) were ambushed by Boko Haram insurgents. They were inspecting the national grid installation in Shiroro local government area of Niger State when over 200 Boko Haram elements ambushed them on a vengeful mission against security operatives who they claimed have been giving them problems. The Commandant General of the NSCDC, Ahmed Odi, described the attack as callous and unfortunate, commending the bravery of the operators in repelling the assault. Asuko, are we back to the era of Boko Haram kidnapping Nigerians, ransom and all?
For some months now or weeks now, especially since the coup in Niger, there have been issues about, that country is a failed country, whether you like or don't.
Okay.
Because we have militant groups everywhere in the country. Perhaps maybe the only place that is safe will be the capital, but every other place outside that country, they have militant groups, they have terrorists. And so they've been trying to make inroads into Nigeria, especially the Lake Chad region, And that is where they've been able to, keep themselves and find their way to Nigeria. Don't forget, we have so many borders who are unmanned. Yes, the Interior Minister is trying to see how, most of the borders will be manned, but before he will be able to do that, these guys are already in. And for this particular case, it's a serious ambush. And ambush is something that nobody, determines.
True.
Because if you look at it, sometimes the soldiers, the troop can be maybe 100. So what they usually do is they know that, okay, they are bringing 100 people, 100 soldiers. They will outnumber us by maybe times 100 or times 200, And so if you are killing 50, if, for instance, we kill 50, they definitely will have casualties on our side. Because to them, it's nothing. You have just killed 50. So then they will go back and then put themselves together and start looking for another position and all that. So for what we need to do, and I think we need to start looking at trying to eliminate these people completely. When once we know wherever they are, let's not pity them. It's like we are pitying these people too much. And that is the problem.
So what you're saying is military constant bombardment.
That is it. I know we are doing it, but we need to sustain it. If we know they are there, go there. Yeah, I'm sorry that we might have collateral damage.
Yes.
There will be, some civilian casualties and all that. I'm sorry. But we need to get to somewhere where we'll be able to, the civilians will need to give us, that is those who are living with them, will need to give us credible information so that when they are attacking, they will not be affected. And we need that as ASAP.
Tony, he talked about constant bombardment. We've tried different strategies. Bombardment as kinetic, non-kinetic. But the people are not even concerned about kinetic or non-kinetic.
Yeah, they're not.
Should we be looking at other strategies here?
I think it's high time the military actually review the methodology of fighting this. We know these people. They know them. When you watch most of this militia in the north, they brandish military-grade arms and ammunition. You allow them. 3 pathways, you see them, everybody knows them. They come to the village with road shows, they mesmerize them, they know them. So when you allow this to thrive over time, they will feel they're untouchable. And this is what you get in the long run. So the issue is not, can we deal with them? We can actually deal with them. But what we lack is the political will. I don't know why. Well, we can deal with these people. They are not spirits. The one that just imagines.
Will.
No, you know, over time. We're talking about over 10 years now. We'll be having this issue. Are you saying Nigeria? We have the resources. Do you know how many times we bought arms to execute wars? I mean, how can you have a war in your country?
No, it's an asymmetric war. It's not the normal.
We know. That's why we have the military, and that's why they keep reviewing their strategies over time. We've had people come on air to say, I will negotiate with them. I mean, we've seen past governors come to say, we know them. So when you know them, what are we waiting for then? That's what I'm talking about. We can actually deal with this issue. I think it's bigger than what we're seeing. The day we are ready, this thing can, in a month, you won't see them. They are within the country.
Okay, now
they are within we can deal with the size.
There was an ambush of NSCDC of trying to check, the power installation, the power infrastructure. But should we be looking at other strategies to actually keep our power infrastructure safe from vandalism?
I think it's going to be difficult because, sometimes some people don't see light and then they say, there's no light, or there's the transmission lines. If you know the places that
running through the country,
these facilities that are being put, you will be shocked. Some of those
places,
some of them are in very swampy areas that you cannot. Even I want to even commend the NSCDC.
Yes.
Their bravery. Because if not, maybe we would have been talking about many casualties. But they tried. So I want to also, my heartfelt condolence for those who lost their lives. Because if you look at it, where we have these facilities are not areas that anybody can just go. Okay. So they were ambushed. This is a monitoring team that has been there. They've been going to different places. They've been checking. So when people say, there's no light, it's national grid, these are the issues. So it's like some people, I would not be surprised if there are fifth columnists who are trying to bring down this.
Okay.
Okay? Because you can't tell me that all of a sudden terrorists they started going for electricity transmission lines just like that. Terrorists who were before, they were looking for how to take local governments for them to capture territories. Now they are going for national grid.
Power infrastructures.
Power infrastructure. Those things that they know that will get us angry.
And touch.
You understand? So how come suddenly bandits are not talking about, want to take one local government? Now they are going for, our power national grid. So we need to now sit down. Nigerians, I think the first thing we need to do is for us to give this government the entire support.
Okay.
Because if we do that, if we do that, I'm very sure that we'll be able to tackle this thing, because we need what this government needs is that support. That support in terms of giving enough intelligence report to the security agencies, and also those security agencies will also need to know some of them.
Exactly.
So that they don't go back and begin to tell these terrorists that so person is coming. I was also looking at one report from FIJ, about some custom people that were, they said they were rats. They call them rats. Things like that. Once we have people who are giving intelligence to customs or giving intelligence to the military, and at the end of the day, people die because of that.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to come out.
Exactly.
So we need to find how I think the NSA has that job to cut out for him. He needs to find out how they can be able to get intelligence report, so that once these bandits are going for our facilities, before they even get there,
we are ready. Senator Ali Ndume said something, because where this power installation is in Shiroro in Niger State, the number of terrorists, bandit leaders in those areas, is really much. He suggested something. He suggested, let's use mercenaries. What do you think?
I think that it definitely will get to that point one day, because you know I'm saying so, because you've been using the same process, not just using the process, same process. You are spending heavily,
yeah, exactly.
And then you're not getting
spending.
Yeah. So I know why they have been a bit like laid back when it comes to using mercenaries. But then, if we do our homework very well, we can use it, because we've seen countries who use it and they get results. If you don't, we keep going. You see, 10 years ago when this thing started, we were saying, okay, maybe in the next 5 years or 3 years, this thing will die. But it's growing. Rather than declining, we're hearing about new groups coming up.
Yes.
And one coming in from Sokoto State. And then I think I heard once general saying that, no, there are about a few of them, about 200, you are going to take them out. I mean, I don't see any seriousness there. The time has come for us to change our strategy.
To change strategy.
It's either we change our strategy, or we change our strategy by, calling from help from external forces, including maybe mercenaries and all that. Or change our strategy, change our methodology by being proactive and not retroactive all the time. Reactive. Take the war to them.
Okay.
We know them. As I said, we know them. In the northern part of this, actually northeast,
yes.
They know they live among them. They know their names. If it's hard for them, they should go through Sheikh Gumi. He knows them. You don't need to negotiate with these people. They kill people every day. What are you negotiating? And you keep funding them. You fund them, they use this money to go buy arms, and they return. It's high time we take the war to them. If we're serious, that's why I said, the political will is not there. If it's there, we will deal with this thing decisively, once and for all.
Before we go on that quick break, I need you to just, maybe, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I think I still feel that for us to win this battle, the locals must be involved, the traditional rulers, because that is their domain. That is their domain. The traditional rulers they need to be involved in anything that we are doing in terms of finding solution. Yes. Because I know some of even this Shiro, I wouldn't be surprised if the traditional ruler would have even left his domain and is not.
Yeah, because the number of
you understand? Most of them will not be there. So before leaving, he should be able to say, okay, XYZ, maybe telling the local government chairman or the chairman, or even the state governors, just like you said, the political will. What of the governor? What did he say?
What are they doing?
You understand? What are the efforts that the governors have made? It's not just about saying, is the federal government...
No, the state has a role to play, a serious role. It's not about the federal government all the time.
The late Akerude said, enough is enough. Amoteku has to stand.
True.
True. So why can't other state governors also key into something like that and say, let us also look at the gather intelligence,
everything they will
and then give it to the police or to this army for them to be able to deal with these terrorists.
All right, gentlemen, we need to go on this quick.